Hello, everyone. Welcome to You Can Do It, how Turner Syndrome has helped me deal with life's challenges. My name is Kathleen Hoffheimer. Some people do call me Kat. This is episode 10 of the video podcast, so thank you for joining me. Welcome. This is the last video podcast for a while, and I want to thank those who have watched the video podcast. I promise you I'll let you know when there's going to be more video podcasts coming out, but the audio podcast will be coming back for season 3 on Sunday, November 28th. So please listen out for that. Apple, Spotify, iHeart, wherever you get your podcasts. So keep an eye out for that November 28th. All right, now it's time for today's topic for our season finale of the video podcast. And that is something I've been thinking about for a little bit the past couple weeks. The perception of perfection. Now, we all have this notion in our heads that we have to have everything perfect, that we can't make mistakes, that in order for us to be happy in our lives and in order for us to have people like us, we can't make mistakes. And everything has to go according to plan. And that's just not the case. We have to learn to embrace our mistakes, learn from them, and grow from them. Because we're flawed. We're human beings. We're flawed. We are going to make mistakes. And the goal is just to really learn from them, grow from them, and move on. And we also have to learn that not everything is going to go according to plan and the way we want it to go. And we have to learn to accept that and go with the flow. We can control what we can control, but we can't control everything. But when we do control what we can control, then everything else will fall into play and fall into place for them. And we just have to calm down, embrace that, and just let things happen. Once we do that, and once we get the notion that everything has to be perfect out of our heads, our mental health will be better, our stress level will be better, and we will be much happier. Because we learn that everybody knows that we're not perfect. And we also have to learn not to put that pressure on others as well. That everybody else is flawed. They are going to make mistakes. They have things they're going through that's not according to their plan. And we just have to listen. We have to embrace them and help them learn from their mistakes. And this also relates to people that we really look up to, particularly celebrities, singers, actors, athletes, things of that nature. We think that they have these perfect lives and that they don't make mistakes and everything just works out for them. And that is not the case. They are human beings, just like the rest of us. They are flawed. And that's what should make them relatable. And that's what should make them role models. And we can't have the pressure on them to be perfect, and they shouldn't feel the pressure to be perfect, or that to be a good role model means they can't make mistakes. To me, being a good role model means making mistakes and owning up to them and learning from them, and as my mom said, ownership of the process and taking responsibility for it. That's how we can relate to these celebrities. And I think a great example of that is Vanessa Hudgins. She made some very controversial comments about the pandemic last year, when the pandemic first began, that she is very insensitive, that she got a lot of flack for, which she should have. And I'm not going to say what those comments were. If you want to figure those out, go online. But they were very controversial. And she apologized. She learned from her mistake. She sincerely apologized. She said, you know what? I wasn't sensitive. I messed up. I didn't mean to hurt anybody. And I apologize. And she was forgiven. She was forgiven. And now she is coming out with 2 movies in this month. And, things have been going great for her. And I think when we have this cancel culture mentality, that cancel culture does work in certain situations, but in others, it doesn't. Now, if there are people that are genuinely good people, but they may have made or said something that was a little bit controversial, we are all quick on the draw to say, cancel them, boycott them. And we can't do that to people who are genuinely good people, who may have said something, made a mistake and said something that that might have been insensitive or might have been, not a nice or great thing to say. We have to reserve cancel culture for people who really, I feel, deserve it. And I'm not gonna go into a whole spiel about that. But there are some people that deserve it and other people that don't. And the people who are genuinely good people, who may have made mistakes, should not be penalized for it. And we also have to learn the value of forgiveness. We have to learn to forgive. Because people do make mistakes, and that's what makes people relatable. And we can't stop putting the pressure on everybody else and ourselves to be perfect. We're human beings, we have flaws. We just have to learn and grow and embrace life. Because once we do that, we will be a better society for it. So thank you for joining me. Like I said, this is the last video podcast for a while, but the audio podcast will be back November 28th. So please keep an ear out for that. Thank you for joining me. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season. Happy Thanksgiving coming up. And I look forward to talking with you on November 28th. And don't forget to check the social. The links are down below. And I look forward to talking with you soon. Bye-bye.